this is Samantha Barber, founder and president of Reaching Out Now. And I am Ann Cobb. I'm the vice president of Reaching Out Now. And I wanted to introduce her because I need her to explain a little bit about her background. And she's so generous. She's like, I want you to speak at the Rotary. So I do want her. I want her to say a little something.
Good morning. Thank you guys so much for having us. We really appreciate being here this morning. We definitely woke up, David. Just an amazing group of individuals that we've met. Well, I've met so far. I know Ann knows probably all of you. But I like the funny story how Ann and I met is how I'll start. I lived in Alexandria with my husband. We moved here back in 2018. Wow, it's about a year and a half. And sometimes it's funny how life, transition you into another direction. I worked at T.C. Williams High School in college and career. Loved it. Lived in the heart of politics. In Alexandria, my daughter had an opportunity to go to the Democratic National Convention. She worked for the RNC over the summer months. So just really immersed in so much of the city. So when we moved here, I asked my husband, is this a midlife crisis or you're losing your mind? So it was quite interesting. So when Ann and I met, she felt a little bit of, I think I'm losing my mind now, because I then had an 8th grader at Skyline Middle School. And I called up Ann, and we literally spoke for over an hour, just talking about, so many different things, and of course being her amazing self. She's like, oh my goodness, we need parents like you to volunteer. What are you doing? So I was like, okay, sure. And she found out that I started Reaching Out Now back in actually 2008 when I lived in Maryland and worked for Charles County Public School. And it was a pretty difficult time that I was going through back then I worked in Capitol Hill. Back when we started it, I gave up my job to raise my son and my daughter, and then went through a very difficult divorce due to abuse. And my children and I, we were basically homeless. And there's so much to this story, but just wanted, Reaching Out Now is a heart and soul of things that I've seen, things that I've been through, and things that I've seen my students gone through, even my daughter, because my daughter was verbally abused by her dad as well. So just so happy that we are able to just pour ourselves into what is it we do, and not because we want to do something, but because we know how real it is, and how life can be up, and life can be down, and life can be in the middle. And so just thank you guys so much for having us today, and I'll turn the mic over to Ann.
Thank you. Okay, so as she said, Samantha said that it's Reaching Out Now. For here on out, I'll say Ron.
All right.
It's an acronym. And it started in 2008, but we started it back up officially last January, February. So really, it's not even a year old in Warren County. So this is our new branding. Wonderful, wonderful help with someone in the community. Okay, so our mission, basically, in a nutshell, I might just not use a lot of this. In a nutshell, we are a 501c3, thank you. Yes, I'm terrible at that. It's an organization. We are a nonprofit. So we work in Skyline Middle School currently, and we work with the middle school girls. The program is Reaching Out Now, but it's got programs underneath of it, and the program we are talking about is Girl of Destiny. So basically, we're working with middle school age girls, and we provide mentorship for them. Let me move forward here. This is great. Let me give you a little bit of background information about myself. Those of you that don't know me, I've been in education for, this is year 19. So I spent 18 years in Warren County, and I'm now in Shenandoah County. But I grew up here. A lot of you know that. I grew up in Warren County. Bill Beck was my basketball coach. So, I don't know if he remembers that, but I have my heart and soul in this community, and I also want to say thank you to you all for the wonderful work you do. We need groups, organizations to work with the children in this community. So when I met Samantha, we decided to start this back up because we knew the need of the girls in this county. If you think back to when you were teenagers, especially in middle school, think back to what it was like for you to grow up. It was challenging, probably. And for me, I grew up pretty well in middle class, and I was thinking about all the mentors in my life, and I was part of sports and in my church, but like what really impacted me was not just my parents, but everybody in my life. And so what we're doing is providing that safety net for these girls. They're students in the area that need our love. So you all, I'm probably preaching to the choir, but this is the information about free and reduced lunches in this community. So if you look at it real quick, we were at 46% as a county last year. Frederick County was 34, and Winchester City was 67. Winchester City is high poverty. If you notice here, this is straight from the Virginia Department of Education. So this is a breakdown of the different, sorry about that. This is a breakdown of the different schools. And E. Wilson Morrison is a feeder school into Skyline Middle School. And last year it was almost 91% free and reduced. I don't know if you know the raw data about what our county is dealing with. Shane works he's the principal of that school. So Skyline Middle School has about 50%. And that's who reports that. It's up to the families to report it. So basically, Skyline, the reason why we started reaching out now at Skyline Middle School, because there was a definite need there, a definite need. Yeah. And it's a pilot program. So we were starting it out as we call it an infant. It's a baby, so we're nurturing it, and next year we're going to be going into different schools, Warren County Middle School and Skyline High School, and then the year after that we plan to go to Warren County High School. So, but another feeder school is Rusty Jeffries. So it's a little bit lower than E. Wilson, but we have a lot of families in this community, as you know, that need that extra support. The support that I received growing up is not what these kids are getting. They need mentors. They need someone to spend that time with them, not just like a donation. Donations are fantastic. Yeah, but you know, like at the holiday season, we are so giving. We as a nation are so giving. But with these girls and boys, what they need is people to know them, to get to know them, and to go with them through high school. And that is our mission. We are taking these girls in, not in our house, but we are mentoring them. We're providing that nurturing from 6th grade all the way up till 21. So we started this program officially. We're an action organization. We are working with girls. We started it in September, and so it's only been a few months. And these girls, we have about 20 students that are part of the group, the Girl of Destiny Leadership Program. About 15 come regularly. It's a bi-weekly organization, so we nurture them two times a month. We take them places. And so let me go a little bit further. I'm kind of digressing a little bit, but this is these are some pictures of what Reaching Out Now did in Charles County. Lots of service organizations. And then this is just this year. These are actual Skyline Middle School students. We took them to this hair salon in Winchester called Heaven, and they closed their shop down to give these girls makeovers.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, and just to spend time with them and feel beautiful. But that's just one thing. We do workshops with them. Let me go a little bit further. I had to put this in here because of the cute little turtle. and without, Martin Luther King Jr. He's okay. Sorry. Okay. So the nuts and bolts of Girl of Destiny. We are right now at Skyline Middle School, like I said, and it's 6th through 8th grade. But these 8th grade girls, they're going up to Skyline High School, and they've actually, in just the first couple of months that they've been doing this, they've actually been talking. What are we going to do next year? Are you coming with us? And Samantha was the one that talked to them and said, of course, we're going with you. You don't have to come back to Skyline Middle School for these workshops. We're going with you. So they're already invested. So we have to keep going. These girls are depending on us. So we're reducing the barriers to academic and personal achievement, building leadership skills. Like I said, they're going from middle school all the way up to 12th grade or 21. So they're required to do some community service hours, and we are working on scholarships for them. So, but this is what the program is all about. When we actually meet with them twice a month, we have this wonderful framework, and it's from NOSCA. NOSCA, let me get the acronym correctly, just a second. The National Office of School Counselor Advocacy. So basically it is college and career readiness. And I want to emphasize career. We're not always talking about college. We are talking about creating proficient human beings from school to life. And so this is the framework to which we create our workshops. So last spring, we met as a committee or as a group, and we came up with a schedule. We planned it out. We have a curriculum now. Here it is. It's a little hard to read, but basically we have from September all the way to May planned out.
Nice.
So yeah, and you can see in here that we've taken them to, what's in here? We took them to the Heaven Salon. At the beginning, we did their love languages, so they know what makes them tick. And also we did True Colors,
Nice.
so they know their personality test. And so that was the first half. We were working on character development. And then we worked on community service and leadership. So, and then we're going to start going into financial literacy and academic and career readiness. So, yeah, you guys are in the sun. So it's very, very purposeful. Everything that we're doing is based on a framework that is nationally recognized, and we're pulling in people from the community to provide these workshops for the girls. So I want to know that we're not just kind of sitting back like, let's think of what we can do. We're getting people in that can actually contribute meaningfully. So we have this wonderful dinner at the end of the year. It's in May 15th. Basically, you know how you all have a gala? Well, this is essentially our gala. We are, every year, we're going to have these girls come together and have this awards dinner. We're going to recognize the girls for the wonderful work they've done. And we're not only working with the girls, but we are teaching them life skills to give back to their community. So we have an educational outreach initiative, and this initiative has many different things. The Fall Community Day is a future program, but we are going to have a roundtable forum, and this is going to be in March 17th. And the purpose of this roundtable is to get essentially you guys, people in the community, business owners, to come in and meet with educators and have a networking session to really talk about what we can do to make our community better. And so this is just an invitation to get everybody together to do that.
It's March 15th.
March 17th. Yeah, write it down if you'd like to be part of this.
It's going to be at Skyline Middle School Library. And what's great about it is that the girls are actually going to be moderating. Yeah. So, yeah.
Nice.
I want to also emphasize that the girls that were selected for this program, they didn't have the best background. They weren't like top like A students. They were actually students that struggled behaviorally and with attendance and academically. And I've actually heard from the principal, Bobby Johnston, that the girls at the beginning of the year and the girls now, he's seen a change. He's seen them stand taller. He's seen them just talk, like have conversations. It's only been like 4 or 5 months. And so just that little bit of time, that little bit of attention has changed them. Imagine what they're going to be like when they're 21.
Yeah.
Wow. So as you can tell, I'm very passionate about this because I love the children here, and no matter what background they have, they just need like someone to help them and to insulate and mentor, and that's what we're doing. So the Educational Initiative Program, we're also trying that. This is the Roundtable Educational Forum, March 17th. Opportunity to engage in conversation with local businesses. And this is important here. We are given an award. The award will be given to one school from each level in each district. One to a high school, one to a middle school, and possibly 2 to an elementary school. Yes, thank you. So we have a lot, we're giving back to the community through this organization. And we do want to have people come to our activities. The holiday cheer and giving is a way to invite people in the community. Usually you bring a gift card, and all of those gift cards are compiled and then they're given back to the schools. So it's a way to celebrate the holidays, but it's also a way to give back. So you don't need to bring a gift, you just bring a gift card, and it doesn't even go to anybody in the group, it goes to the schools. So, I think that's about it. Yeah, does anybody have any questions about giving? See,